AITA for bringing my ex-fiancé's mom to our wedding? Okay, so I, 29F, got married 2 months ago and somehow I'm still fighting with people over it. Backstory: I was engaged once before. His name was Jake. We dated for 5 years. He proposed with a ring I didn't love but accepted because I thought that's what you're supposed to do when someone gets on one knee in front of your family at a cheesecake factory. Anyway, Jake's mom hated me, and I mean hated. Like the kind of hate where she'd call me Jennifer on purpose. My name is not Jennifer. Bought Jake a breakup survival kit once when we had an argument and kept telling everyone I was seducing her baby with avocado toast and leggings. You think I'm joking? No. She gave me a cookbook once with a note that said, "Since you can't cook, maybe this will help you be less replaceable." So when Jake and I eventually broke up, mutually but mostly my choice, she threw a party, literally, a backyard BBQ, with a congrats on your freedom cake. Fast forward 3 years, I meet Daniel. Wonderful, nerdy, emotionally intelligent Daniel who asked me to marry him at a bookstore. 10-10 proposal, would cry again. His mom loves me. Too much maybe, but it's refreshing. We're planning the wedding, everything's chill. Until Daniel mentions we should invite Jake's mom. I laugh, thought he was kidding. He wasn't. Turns out Jake's mom, aka Carol the avocado toast hater, used to be Daniel's Sunday school teacher and is still very close friends with his extended family. Like Christmas card level close. Apparently she heard about our engagement and sent me a card that said, "Some girls have to go through Jake to find the right one. I forgive you." Excuse me? I told Daniel, hell no. That woman made my life a nightmare for 5 years. No way I'm giving her free cake and a front row seat to my happy ending. Daniel said, "Well, she apologized in the card." I said, "That wasn't an apology, that was a backhanded sermon." Anyway, we moved on, didn't invite her. Then, the day before the wedding, I walk into the rehearsal dinner and guess who's there? Yup, freaking Carol. Sitting next to Daniel's aunt like she owns the place, drinking sangria and asking my cousin if she's also dating a loser. I pull Daniel aside like, "What the hell?" He goes, "I didn't invite her, my mom did. She thought it would be a nice surprise." I was like, "For who?" Daniel tried to mediate. Carol gave me this fake sweet smile and said, "Don't worry, I won't outshine the bride." I said, "You never could." She looked like she just swallowed a lemon. I went straight to my mother-in-law and told her she could enjoy the wedding from the parking lot with her surprise guest. MIL got pissed, said I was being dramatic, and that Carol just wanted to celebrate love. Nope, out, done. I told security, yes, we had security. My uncle was DJing and gets a little rowdy after beer 3, to escort Carol out before I changed my mind. Emil threw a tantrum. Daniel stood by me, but he was super uncomfortable about it and said afterward he wished I'd handled it differently. Now 2 months later, Carol posted a wedding recap on Facebook. Not of our wedding, but her own photos of the rehearsal dinner captioned, "So glad I got to see my boys all grown up. Some weddings are worth crashing." My MIL shared it. My cousin sent it to me with a popcorn emoji. So now I'm sitting here wondering, was I the drama? Should I have just let her stay? So after the Carol situation at the rehearsal dinner, I thought that was going to be the peak drama. Like, okay, she got kicked out, Daniel was a little awkward about it, but he backed me up. We had our wedding. I looked good. The playlist slapped. We went to Tulum, done and dusted, right? LMAO. No. 2 weeks after the wedding, I'm at brunch with Daniel's cousin Leah. She's like the only person on his side I genuinely vibe with. Leah is cool, super sarcastic, likes horror movies, and makes fun of MLM girls on Instagram. We're doing our usual bottomless mimosas and trauma dump hangout when she goes, "Leah, so I assume you never saw the group chat?" Me, "What group chat?" Leah immediately looks like she wants to eat her own menu. Leah, "Oh, never mind." Me, "Girl." She pulls out her phone and shows me a screenshot. There's a family group chat, not the one Daniel's in, not the one I was added to after the engagement, a separate one, called The Real Family. In it, Daniel's mom, Carol, yep, Aunt Patty, cousin Diane, and 2 of Daniel's sisters. Not Leah because she's too woke. Direct quote from Aunt Patty, apparently. Anyway, these people were ruthless, like high school mean girl level. I'm scrolling through the messages and see, is she seriously wearing white to the rehearsal dinner, bold for a second-round bride? I saw her mom sneak 2 mini bottles into her purse. Classy. She's only with Daniel because Jake dumped her, let's be real. And then Carol. Freaking Carol. With a screenshot of my registry, circled items and all, captioned, $300 toaster and can't cook an egg. Bless her heart. Leah stops me before I throw her phone across the restaurant. "Leah, I wasn't supposed to show you this, but honestly, they're nuts, and you deserve to know." I texted Daniel, didn't wait, sent him the screenshots. His response? "I knew there was a separate chat, but I didn't know they were saying that." I called him. Me, "Why are they still talking to Carol?" Daniel, she's like family to them. I can't control. Me. No, but you can decide if you're okay with your family trashing your wife in a damn group chat. Are you? Silence. Daniel, I'll talk to them. He did, sort of. He texted his mom and asked her to remove Carol from the group. She sent back a Bible verse about forgiveness and a Minions meme that said, "Women be crazy." I wish I were making that up. I told him I wasn't going to any more family events unless there were actual boundaries. He said he understood. Cool. Fast forward to the next family birthday dinner. Daniel goes without me. I'm cool with that. I wanted a solo night with ice cream and Dateline. All's chill. Until Leah sends me a selfie. A selfie of the dinner table. And in the background, Carol, sitting next to Daniel, wearing a damn tiara. I texted Daniel, "You serious right now?" No answer. I call. Straight to voicemail. I get a text back an hour later. "I didn't know she'd be here." Okay, that might have worked once, maybe twice. But this was like the third time this woman accidentally showed up at something related to my husband. I replied, "If you can't draw a line, I will." Next morning, I packed a bag and went to my sister's. Not to be dramatic, I just needed space. Also, my Wi-Fi was better there and I had deadlines. Anyway, Daniel showed up 2 days later, not angry but clearly over it. "Daniel, it's getting old, babe. I'm tired of being in the middle." Me, "Then maybe don't be in the middle. Be on my side." Daniel, "This doesn't have to be a war." Me, "It's not a war, it's a boundary. And if your mom and Carol and the real family can't handle that, then maybe they're not part of the real us." He didn't say anything for a bit, just stood there. Then he sat on the couch and said, "I didn't know they hated you that much." I just stared at him because yeah, maybe he didn't know every single message, but he's not blind. They've made faces, they've made comments, they made a whole damn roast thread disguised as a group chat, and he let it happen. So now I'm sitting here thinking, I'm married into a family that includes my ex's mom, who now wears a tiara to dinner, and somehow I'm the villain? Okay, so we left off with me crashing at my sister's place, trying to decide if I married the world's nicest doormat. Quick recap if you're new here, I married Daniel, who's amazing but comes with family baggage in the form of his mom's best friend, who is also my ex-fiancé's mother, Carol, chaos gremlin, human salt lick. She crashed our rehearsal dinner, got kicked out, and then started a petty war using tiaras and Facebook memes. Cool, cool. So I'm back home with Daniel. We've talked it out. Read. I cried, he apologized, we hugged, and nothing got solved. You know, marriage. Anyway, a week goes by. I check the mailbox and there's this random Amazon box addressed to me. No name, no note, just my address and Bridezilla, written where a return address would go. I'm already twitching. I open it and inside is a stuffed avocado, like a plush toy avocado, holding a heart, wearing a wedding veil, and a note, not handwritten. It's one of those fake Hallmarky things you can customize. Some people get diamonds. You got Daniel. May your toast never go soggy. Love, Jake and Carol. I kid you not. They mailed me an avocado plushie as a wedding gift from my ex and his mom. I showed it to Daniel and he laughed. Daniel, okay, I know it's weird, but that's kind of funny, right? Me, you think this is funny? Daniel, well, it's a plushie. It's not like they keyed your car. I stared at him for a solid 10 seconds trying to decide if I loved him or if I was about to become single via police report. I texted Leah because, let's be real, she's the only sane one left. Leah, you got the avocado of passive aggression. That's iconic. Me, can I legally set it on fire? Leah, send it back with glitter. God, I love her. Instead, I took a picture and posted it in my group chat with the caption, "Update, my ex and his mom sent me a wedding gift. Guess Carol finally learned how to be petty through the postal service." That's when my other cousin, not Leah, messages me privately and goes, "You might want to check Jake's Insta." Now, I haven't looked at Jake's profile in years. I wasn't even sure he still had one. But I check, and what do I see? A reel, set to somebody that I used to know by Gautier. It's a montage of his healing journey, and guess what it includes? A blurry pic from our college days, a shot of the ring he proposed with, and, wait for it, a slow zoom on the avocado plushie sitting on a shelf with a quote overlay. Sometimes the toast wasn't meant to be shared. I swear I screamed into a couch cushion. And then Carol reposts it, with the caption, "We grow, we learn, we guac on." Daniel saw it. He was like, "I can talk to them." I said, "Don't, just don't." At this point, it's performance art. But then his mom calls. Yup, his mom. Mill. I just want to say that I think it's beautiful Jake and Carol have moved on. Me. They haven't moved on. They've moved into my marriage like squatters. Mill. Well, they were part of your past. They helped you become who you are today. Me. So did acne and bad credit. I don't keep them around. She got offended, said I was being ungrateful and should be flattered, then dropped this gem. Mill. I think you're just upset because Carol's handling the divorce better than you. Me. I'm not divorced. Mill. Oh, right. Yet. She said yet. I hung up. I called Daniel and said, I'm done pretending this is normal. And he goes, so what do you want me to do, ban my mom from talking to her? Me. Yes, or at least stop acting like it's okay. Daniel. You know my mom. You can't control her. Me. No, but I can control how much of this circus I invite into my life. That night, I took the avocado plushie, drove to Carol's gated community, yep, she lives in one of those, and yeeted it over her fence like a grenade of pettiness. No note, no words, just a soft thud and silence. Next day, she posted, some people can't take a joke, must be the toast. Daniel unfollowed her. Small win. I'm still married. Barely. But I told Daniel, if she shows up to one more thing, I'm going nuclear. He asked what that meant. I said, let's just say I have receipts, and I know how to print them on napkins. Yeah, so. Turns out the plushie yeet over the gated fence was just the warm-up act. You'd think after mailing me a stuffed avocado with a passive-aggressive Hallmark card, Carol would maybe, I don't know, get bored, find a new hobby, knit a scarf out of spite or something. Nope. She doubled down. So here's what happened. Daniel and I, despite the drama, were doing okay-ish. Communication was still shaky, but we were in let's try to work on this mode. Weekly date nights, mild therapy, the whole married but on thin ice package. Then, surprise, I got pregnant. Wasn't planned, wasn't avoided either. Classic, we'll see what happens scenario that turns into, okay, well, this is happening. We hadn't told anyone yet, not even Leah. We were waiting until the 12-week mark, like cautious adults with internet access and anxiety. Except Carol, freaking Carol, found out. How? We still don't know for sure. Best guess, Daniel's mom snooped. She came over randomly one day with a Tupperware of soup, which was sus already, she's never cooked for me, and I just tossed my prenatal vitamins in the bathroom trash. Boom! Spy network activated. But instead of quietly gossiping about it like a regular annoying relative, Carol did this. She posted a freaking announcement on Facebook with a Canva collage of baby shoes, a sonogram image pulled from Google, and the caption, can't keep the toast down, must be a bun in the oven. So thrilled for our sweet Daniel and his little avocado. New generation, Carol, knows, first, blessed Nana. I stared at the screen like it was on fire. I hadn't even told my own family yet, and now my boss's wife was commenting, congrats, under a fake ultrasound? I called Daniel. He picked up mid-sentence like he was expecting it. Daniel, I know, I saw it. Me, why does this woman still have a Facebook login? Daniel, I'll call her. Me, no, you'll tell her. You'll go to her house, take her iPad, and throw it into the sea. Instead, he called her. I heard part of the call because he put it on speaker. Mistake. Carol, oh, I thought you told people already. Daniel, we hadn't. Carol, well, people were gonna find out eventually. I just got excited. Me, so you photoshopped a fetus and told the internet I'm barfing toast? Carol, it was a cute announcement. Me, it's not your news to announce. Carol, you're part of our family now. What's yours is mine. Me, then congrats, you're blocked. And I hung up. Daniel told her to delete the post. She did, sort of. She just reposted it with, guess I got ahead of myself, and added some fake quote about forgiveness being a fruit salad. By the end of the day, 5 relatives had texted me, is this true? And one of my aunts called to yell at me for not telling her directly. I was livid, but also kind of broken. Like, it wasn't just petty anymore, it was invasive. It was my body, my baby, and she turned it into a damn joke for clout. I told Daniel I was done. Me. She's not allowed around me. She's not allowed near the baby. And if she shows up at the hospital, I swear to God, I will unplug myself and walk out. Daniel, that's a bit extreme. Me. So is crafting a Canva fetus announcement. He tried to argue, said it wasn't worth starting a war. I told him the war already started. I didn't start it, but I sure as hell wasn't surrendering. I didn't speak to Carol, not for weeks. Then she sent me an apology basket. You know, the kind you'd send to a coworker you accidentally CC'd on a roast thread? Inside was a bottle of ginger ale, a bib that said future toast tester, a book titled Raising a Child with Grace, and a note that said, sorry if I ruined the surprise, let's start over. Love, Grandma C. I didn't respond. I gave the bib to my dog. He pooped on it. I took that as divine confirmation. Daniel. He still defends her sometimes. Says she means well. I told him, I don't care what she means. I care what she does. And what she does is post fetus memes and call herself Grandma C like she's in a gang. He finally got it, kind of. We've drawn a line. Carol is not part of our pregnancy journey. She's not getting updates. She will not be in the delivery room. She's not even getting the baby's name until we post it ourselves. And if she sends another plushie, I'm mailing her back a live raccoon. So, I was 39 weeks pregnant, emotionally fragile, and powered entirely by peanut butter toast and spite. Daniel and I were doing better. Not amazing, but stable. He was taking no Carol seriously now. We had a shared doc where he logged every time his mom or Carol so much as mentioned the baby. I appreciated the effort. I told him very clearly that labor was going to be a strict guest list situation. Just him, me, my sister, and our OB. No mother-in-law, and especially no Carol. I don't care if she found Jesus, shaved her head, or showed up holding a peace treaty written in avocado ink, she was not stepping foot near that hospital. He agreed, fully, said it was my show and he'd support whatever I needed. Okay, great. So when labor hit, we drove to Cedars-Sinai, calm and prepped, or as calm as someone in active contractions can be. I checked in, got settled, and things were progressing fast. I was mid-screaming into a popsicle stick when one of the nurses comes in and says, "Nurse, hey, there's a visitor here saying she's your aunt. Wants to come back?" I blinked. Me. What aunt? Nurse. She said her name's Carla. Short woman, big sunglasses, scarf, kinda suspiciously overdressed. Daniel and I locked eyes. At the exact same time, Carol. Apparently this woman, in the throes of what I can only describe as a discount Golden Girls disguise, showed up to the nurse's station, claimed she was my aunt, and tried to get past the front desk with a fake badge she printed off Canva. Let me say that again. She made a fake hospital badge using Canva, like laminated and everything. She even used Comic Sans. Security was called. They escorted her out after she kept insisting, "I just want to bless the baby with prayer energy," and refused to take off her sunglasses. But here's the kicker. When they asked her for ID, she showed her real license, which obviously didn't say Carla, and then started crying and said it was all a misunderstanding. They didn't arrest her, but they did ban her from the hospital, like officially. There's a whole report. I have it printed in my baby's memory box. I'm not kidding. I was furious. Daniel, bless him, tried to play peacemaker. Daniel. She just wanted to be part of the moment. Me. So she dressed like a retired soap opera villain and forged a badge? Daniel. She's passionate. Me. About violating boundaries. The nurse came back in and asked if I wanted to press charges. I said no, but I wanted it on record. I wanted the baby's file flagged. I wanted the maternity ward to have a picture of Carol labeled, "Do not admit under any circumstances, she's not an aunt." Fast forward to the actual birth, it went well. Hard, painful, intense, but healthy baby girl, beautiful lungs, head full of dark hair. We didn't post right away, just a text to close friends and family. No social media. Next day, my phone explodes. Carol had posted her own announcement again. This time it was a poem. A poem, titled From One Mama to Another. And it ended with the line, "Though I wasn't there to see her face, my spirit held her just in case." She also tagged a baby blanket Etsy store and used the caption, "Welcome baby T. Nana C already loves you." First granddaughter, our spiritual delivery. I lost it. I texted her, "You are not her grandmother, you are not involved. Take this down now." She replied with a Bible verse and an avocado emoji. That's when Daniel finally snapped. He called her, on speaker, in front of me. "Daniel, Mom, I love you, but this ends now. You post about our kid again, you will never meet her. This isn't a joke anymore." Carol, "I'm just trying to be part of her life." Daniel, "You dressed up in disguise and lied to hospital staff." Carol, "I was being creative." Daniel, "You forged a badge." Carol, "I laminated it." Daniel, "You are banned from the hospital. Banned." Long silence. Carol, "I guess blood doesn't matter anymore." Daniel, "You're not blood." Click. That was 2 months ago. She hasn't reached out since. Daniel blocked her. His mom's been doing damage control and trying to convince us to let Carol meet the baby just once, but the answer's no. Not because of revenge, not because I'm holding a grudge, because the safety of my daughter matters more than someone's need to be the star of someone else's life. So yeah, I didn't expect my ex-fiancé's mom to be the final boss of my pregnancy. But here we are. I don't know if I handled it perfectly. I probably didn't. I got petty, I got emotional, but I protected my peace, and I protected my kid. And if that makes me the villain, fine. Call me Toastzilla. Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.